And this is Old Man PHP. I create PHP video tutorials for the old guys who want to learn a new skill and compete with the young crowd. This is video 115.0. Um, I want to continue with this big old notation. This will be like the I'm going to show you in this video basic examples like live, like stuff that you kind of would use. And then on the next video I'll do the advanced. Now understanding the data structure is much easier when you relate them like to physical object. So in PHP, while we often use the flexible array, and arrays used in everything, type of almost type implementation, it will help optimize performance. And because I used to write way back in other languages in the beginning, I mean, we're talking years, you would do certain things, and I was pretty, I was pretty good. But once I learned how to use array for like almost everything, almost, I became like a superstar. So let's say like a spreadsheet array. An array is like a row of lockers. You know how the locker, or I used to say like cabinet with drawers. But the locker scenario with the smaller lockers with the numbers on them, that's kind of more better um, analogy. But so if it's a flexible thing, right? The array. So an array is like a row of lockers. So again, each locker has a specific number. Those are the index, right? We've seen that before. Let me see. This is it right here. I'm sorry. Should have been here in the first place. So let me see, what was I saying? So in the real life example, so a list of theater seats or a monthly calendar, you can use the array, right? You can use the array for all kinds of stuff. So if we go here to the what I did was I took the time to do this video. Really, I wrote it up already. I added in my comments. The reason why I did that is because the last time was taking too long. And I think I have it already anyway. That way I could just send it in real quick and I could work on the other one. The other one will have to do by hand. I don't know, maybe I'll have it ready just like I've been doing over here like this. So, hey, what I did was in this situation I created, these are just, what you see here. That's a stack, right? This is what is a stack. So you did an array. Remember this, the array, and you want to read the first one. Look, this is how you read this one. If you wanted to read the next, matter of fact, if I kind of went like this, and said that this was 0 and this was 2, and of course it's not going to be the matrix. You can forget about that. You can forget about that. I'll have it ready for you anyway. If you did this, you're going to get a list. Well, should have added a unprepared. Sorry about that, guys. So you kind of go like this. See? Because this is easier. This will become an 01, 01. In the complexity and the stack, which I'm going to be talking about in a second. See, when you're doing this way, that's why the array is really great for stacks and others, because which is do I still have that picture? Yeah. See, data structure and what's the stack at? The stack we look at, the stack in reality looks like this. Looks like this, but you have to look at it like this. Last in and the first out when you do the pop. You have to kind of look at it like this, okay? But in reality, if you put it in here last, then you're going to take out, using the stack technique, it'll take out 3 again. Over here, it's just kind of broke it down just to show you that when you do a push, you push C in, and then when you want to pop, when you use the word pop, it'll pop up the last one. It'll be like 3 in this situation. So I added that, all right? So that's also, that's O1. That's easy, real quick, O1. Instance of when you know that the index is, when you already know the index is fast. When you might have to check each locker, like you run a for loop, and you check each one, that will could be coming an ON. It's just you're checking, right? And when you're inserting, of course, you have to still, you're inserting at the start, requiring that the shifting everything else first. When you do that, I'm going to show you what that means. And so the stack is like the piles of plates. Maybe I should move this here, like an easier to get to it. It's a stack of plates, right? You open up the cabinet, you got the first place at the bottom, the other one, and then that one. And you realize the stack isn't, well, again, they're not telling about, well, it's all here. It's all here. And this is how you run it. Now, remember, we could use the class that's already built in. Before when we did the stack, we did it with the for each loop. Remember that one? With this one, we could use the SPL stack, which is a class. We'll do that for you. So when you say, I'm going to push, you know, page 1, page 2, which is real good with this too, is that when you're doing these kind of things like here, you know, you call a page, it goes to the next page, and then you just hit the back button, or if you want to go forward again, this will be a good situation to use this type of algorithm. So if right now you're not seeing anything, all right? So we're going to where did we get this from? I know I put it down, but where? It's kind of strange. It's probably at the bottom. Don't worry about it. So what happens is you go like this, right? And in this situation, you're opening it up. You're going to use the push. You're going to use the push. You're going to push page 1. You're going to push page 2. And if you take it out, you're going to pop this one. Look, I wrote it down. You're going to get page 2. Did I save this? Did not. There you go, page 2. There you go. I don't know. Things are running kind of slow again, right? So now we're gonna this is the stack, right? This is the stack. Now we're gonna use the queue. Let's do the queue. This could be a little more difficult, but if in the queue when you use the push, like to add something, that's an O1. Just drop it on top, right? And then when you do the pop, remove, and also an O1, just grab the one on top. It's kind of like the same thing as these guys. So what I did was let me see. I did this. I said search. That would be search for this. Okay. Wait a minute. Why is this is confusing? I'm getting myself all confused here. Where is my? Wait a minute. You know what I did? I moved the queue to the bottom. Okay, that's what it was. This should have been like right here. This is your tree, by the way. Oops, let's just do this. Okay, and of course, That will be for that and that. Okay. That will be okay. Where is my... Should have straightened this out when I was doing it. I put it over here, all this stuff, but I guess I can kind of push it. Let's see if we can put it over here. Yeah, okay, that's good. Alright. The old stack. That's what that one. Now we're going to use the tree. Remember the tree? We talked about this. Where is it? Where's the picture? Is it here? This is the tree right here. I know we talked about this before on the last one. We're going to just wanted to run it up again. So what I... Oh, wait a minute. On this guy, what he did? Okay. What I would like to do... Let me see. Let me see. This is... We popped this. This is page 2. Should have just did this. Stack. Matter of fact, let's add. Okay. Get on my buddy. What's going on here? There you go. Stack. Alright, so then what I want to do is, we already did the pop has the special. We're going to go here, we're going to do this. Okay, what we want to do is add the tree. We're going to say like that. Right, and then what I did was I created the class node. We saw this before. Remember that one? And we did public data. We did public as a children that will be an array. This would be the construct. Remember I told you before the last time I did. I could not see the OR was there. I don't know. I was so clogged up and dizzy and real sick. I'm still sick, but I do feel better. Over here you see where you got void. That means it's not gonna return anything. It's not gonna return anything. It's just gonna fix this up. That's all. It's not gonna return anything. So you can say void. Okay, and then what is it? So this is the helper, right? Add the child. And then what I did was on the last video. Let me see. This belongs to this guy, right? On the last video, I put the printing part right in the class, but I didn't want to do that this time. I wanted to show that I could kind of do without that. So what I did was I put it in the outside of the class. And then what happens is in this video, right, it's going to take the node and it's going to take the level, the dollar level. This one, because it doesn't have anything, has equals to 0, right? And you can put the void there too. And of course it's type hinting, so I make sure that this is integer. This will be the node, right? And then what happens is in this situation I'm repeating this little space. You'll see why, which is this for this stuff here, so it'll look decent. And then let's make the space here, and it's gonna call itself. It's gonna go over here, and this the child is gonna go into this node. The level plus 1, which was 0 at one point, now is 1, and it'll call itself. Then it does this stuff. This is just for printing purposes. It just calls itself. It does the next one. It does the next one. You'll see what I'm talking about. So now when you're building the tree, the original setup and not that, right? That's it. Now what happens? You got your class. Now you're going to use the word new, and new is going to create an object. $root will be the object. Now that means that anything that this class has, which is these things here, we could use. I'm sorry for that noise. So what I did was I created a $root, and I said, okay, let's create a node. Now the reason, if you keep this, let's say if you took this off, and you run it, you get nothing because now this thing, where is it? The construct is waiting for this information. It's not there, so you kind of do it. It's nothing really. That's why when you do the construct, add the stuff inside here. Anyway, so now I'm going to create the root, right? The root will be this guy right here. That will be root. So then we're going to create the VPs too, right? So we're also going to say, oh, okay, new node, and we're going to see VP equals tech. So now it sends it over here to this guy. Puts the data in again. That's okay. It's not doing anything because we're not printing anything. It's doing something, but we're not going to see anything yet. And then we're going to do another one. We're going to say we create a variable called the VP marketing. And we create an object, and now those two objects, or these three objects, are going to be using the methods that's inside that class, or the properties, right? So then now we're going to call the method add child. See the root? It's going to say add child. And I want you to add VP tech to it. This guy. See, this has already been created. It's in there. We don't see it yet. Don't worry, it will. And then I want you to add another child, which would be this. This is one child. This is the root, which is CEO. This will be the whatever marketing guy is, and what's the other one? The social media. Excuse me. I mean the tech and the MS child. What is that? Marketing. That will be there. Okay, so then what we do next? That's going to the root. Now within this guy, we're going to create another child under the tech, the VB tech. I want him to have engineering manager, and I also want it, so it'll be something like this. Created it this way. Now it's going to do these two guys, kind of like that. That's how that works, right? So then we're going to say, we're not going to see it like that because you would need to, I think there's one called the graph that we could use that will help out, you know what I'm saying? So let's see if we could at least make it look decent, because I did try it out and I made it look, it's okay. It's not going to look nice like the graph. That would be another thing too. Did a structure for graphs. Let me see. So we added the lead. Then we're adding staffing under the marketing guy, right? This guy right here. Where is he? Him right there. So we're going to add marketing guy. So we're going to add another child. We're going to call him a social media manager. It's not going to be lined up nice or anything like that. But hey, at least it's something, right? At least you know. The other time I did a better deal when it came to this here, because I did a nicer look. And then here we're going to add, I don't know, some stupid title to the thing. And then this is going to run it's not going to run anything, no methods, because we're not going into the class for that. We're going to run a regular function which codes itself and it gives that information. So it'll look, you know, it prints out the indent, does this stuff here, which is, you know, it was kind of dumb, but that's okay. On the other one, I did a better job. I could have went back and got that piece and said, hello, did I add more space to make it jump more in one space? You see what I'm talking about. Now that we got that release, right? Let's try it out. Did I put a title on this thing? Yeah, I did. Okay. There you go, tree. I don't know. I think I should just do this. There you go. There you go. That's it. See? The tree, it's not going to be nice to do that too. Just to make it, yeah, who cares? And now you see organization. So we did the VP, then we could add another space when it jumps over to the next one. That's okay. You know, I could have just did, where is it? Like right here. Say, oh, if it does it equal to, like, does it equal to what you would call it? The value equal to CEO, then do this one. And if not, then do the other one that would have like an extra, I don't know, like one of these things. But you get what I'm talking about. Anyway, this is what it looks like. And this is CEO. This will be the VP, Engineering, Lead Architect, VP of Marketing, Social Media Manager. As you can see, it's all there. Now let's go to the queue. The queue, well, like I wrote here, is the first in and first out principle. The first person that's in line is that first person that serves, all right? So we're going to use the actual class that's already built into PHP. That will be the SPLQ class, and it's part of the standard HP library. I wrote it all here so you don't miss the complexity. If you push, it's on one, just drop it on the top and remove it. It's also an O1, just grab the one that's on the top. So we're going to use a class, create an object, and then now we're going to use the method called enqueue, and it's called customer A. And then the second method is the array wait, which is the alternative syntax. This works because of the queue implements the array access interface. Okay, now here we're creating we're adding, see, this is another way. Instead of doing push and pull, no, you're adding another thing to the queue, which would be customer B, and this is how you do it. The DQ removes the first item called, which is added, right? This is why it's FIFO. And if we need to look at this, should I add the, let me see. Where is it? Let's do this. Combining these things so that we can find it real quick. We'll put it over here. Like we'll put it. Where is it? We'll put it right. Wait a minute. This something right wrong here. Let's do this. Add this. Get rid of this guy. And then we can keep that one. Alright, good. So we'll save this. Alright. Let me see. Now in this situation we're using the built-in, right? Creates an object. The object's going to use a method called a queue. That's from the SPLQ, right? And then of course you're going to say SQ. I'm going to add another one. I'm going to add custom B to it, and then you're going to do that. Here it does it one way, and this is another way of doing it. Okay. Now to the queue removes the first item it removes. So if I went to, let's say, let me just write down the well, let's say we're going to remove it. Let's remove that first one, and then let's see. No, that's not. Yeah, let's remove that one. See, it did it right here. Found out. Found out. Found first, I should say. Whatever. What is this? How did you get this? First out. Okay. First out. Then the next one would be, let's move this guy up a little bit. There you go. And if you take this one out, it takes it out. There you go. And it took out the next one. See? This puts it in, and this takes it out. You don't have to do echo, and you can see it. Okay. So there is an alternative syntax when you write a Q, B equals to a B, or you can simply say Q equal to this. PHP internally calls a method named offset, and a Q, adding an item via an array. I think I wrote down something here. Let's see. Right, so we can kind of, I don't know if this will work because I did try it one time. Let's get that out. And in this one, we're going to add the C, right? We're going to add the C. And then if you want to echo the bottom, because we use, there's a thing called bottom, right? This is ugly. This is called bottom, and it's just going to the C. So if you added the C and you use bottom, you can see what that looks like. Let's see what it looks like here. Wait a minute. Where did I put tree here? It's supposed to be tree. It's supposed to be Q. Wait a minute. And there you go. Customer C. If you want to see the bottom, want to see the. Oh my god. Alright. That's basically it. That's all I have for you. Some of the simple stuff. Simple stuff. I wrote it out for you. You can read it. It's all here. Let's move this down. Let's move it like this. Okay. And you know what it is? It's just to make it easier to read like this. And then move this here. Move this here. That's it. There you go. It's all written in. Oops. Let's fix this one. And let's fix this one too. There you go. And there you have it. Everything here. It's simple. And the next one, I'll give you the more advanced stuff. Oh, wait a minute. Something went wrong here. This one we'll do. We'll just say. There you have it. All one also. All one. Is there one? Let me see this. One, there's two. This one was longer. This is so part of the complexity. Let me see this. Tree, that's two. And the stack is three. Okay. I thought there was a fourth. Let me see. With the array, which is simple. We've done this already. We've done this so many times. There's actually other ones too, but these are the ones we do when we're using PHP. Anyway, we reached the bottom. On the next one, we'll probably have it all ready for you anyway. But look how easy it is to use. And we'll have a more sophisticated, advanced examples. And there might be one that's more advanced using superheroes. Anyway, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, give me some comments if you think I'm going too fast or you understand, or I want to see the big old notation. You're going to have to, because you're going to have to learn it. You have to learn it well. And then once you start getting into the stuff, you'll pick it up real quick. fast you say, oh yeah, that's an O1, that's an O-N because I'm gonna have to. Oh, this is a what is that? N with a square, right? Square 2, you know, N squared or N squared 2. Then you got your log N, you got the N log N, and then you got the crazy ones that look like these. These guys are not good, but it's good to learn about them anyway, so that way you don't have to do it. Just make sure you stick to this ones. You can do the yellow one. Stick to these when you do things. Alright. Well, till next time, and good night.